Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mello and I have got a very odd setup here. My phone battery. My phone battery is needing charging, so I just have Mello. Do you want to pop here? Want to sit down with the flowers? And we'll do a little reading for everyone. So, I'm going to turn this just ever so slightly to pop it. Okay. I'll sit on this chair, I think. It's charging. Okay. So, would you like to pick some cards for everybody, Mello? So, see if Mello can pick some cards for us today. Yes, I'm in my little Hello Kitty pajamas. Take off my little halo crown on. Should take it off. I've got a really bad headache. So something very special I'm feeling is happening to somebody. There's some lovely special things happening. I'm so sorry, the noisy cars. If there's anyone who ever has any interest in cars and likes cars and wants to talk about just cars, I love cars. I don't really have many people to talk to about cars, but I love European old-fashioned cars. I love Jaguars, like BMWs. I like the Skoda because it looks very similar to the Saab. It reminds me a lot. And the Saab was actually based, they used to do wind tunnel tests on the Saab. I've got to stop this. I've got to stop this car stuff. I'm crazy. I don't know lots and lots. I just know some little things. It's just things that interest me. Okay, so I'm just going to do these cards. We're going to pick some for... We'll get Mello to help pick some cards. Okay, first card Mello's picked. Do you want to pick another card for us, Mello? That one. Second card. Mello's picked second card. Put it here. We need a third card. Would you like to pick a third card for everybody? It's about love, darling. It's about love. We're picking up love for people. You want to help them with love. They'd probably like to see... There's more cards here. Do you want to pick some more cards here? Which one? Which one? Is there a card here you'd like to pick for somebody? Yes? Aha, aha, aha. Okay, so we've got two cards. One card here. Was there another card there? This one, I knew you were going to pick that. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards already picked by Mello, not picked by me, because I always seem to get the same person, the same thing, and I'm not helping people with a general reading doing that. So Mello's going to be doing some more card picking. Okay, Mello, I want you to pick some more cards for Mummy. More cards. Pick another card for people. Pop it. Pop it. Can you pick something for somebody else? What would you like to pick? I've got cards here and here. Would you like to... We've got 2 cards. I know, pop it. Pop it. Come on. Do you want to pick any of these cards? Puppy. Mello. Pick another card. Okay, we've picked another card. So far we've got 5 cards. Okay, this should be good. We'll put the rest of the cards back. See, that's popped out all by itself. So I've got someone who's been... Hello again. So I've got someone who's been... This popped out all by itself. Mello picked all the cards, so last time she did a lovely reading. But we've got someone's... Oh, I'm so sorry, I've got a really bad headache, but I wanted to do a reading. I want to try and be a bit more proactive in trying to build up a rapport with people. So I just have a little drink of my cup of tea. Got some cards here. I'm hoping she's picking one of these. These are my happy cards. The other cards are happy too. They're more serious. These are happy. If you can, get yourself a cup of tea, relax, sit down. enjoy. So I have a card, the Nine of Wands. Someone's come. It's like I will show you this because so you can understand where my view is coming from. I don't mean to get similar things when I pick things up, but this popped out all by itself. So this card, and if you look at the back, it looks a little bit like there's a TV show called Survivor, and at the back someone has been going through a lot and have gone through a lot in their life that most people don't even know about, that they haven't even, I don't think they've even told their deepest, darkest secrets to some of their partners who they've been with, or wives, husbands, whoever the person is that they've had in their relationship. But there's someone who's gone through a lot, and they come to do a survivor technique of their own and be like, it's like Superman coming in, and this person is trying to help somebody, and there's someone out there, and who you are, you're going through a really hard time at the moment, a terrible time. It feels really like you just can't get through it, and no matter what you do, you just can't seem to get to the end. And you get through one thing, and then there's another thing, and then you get through another thing, and then there's something else that comes up, and it's like, it's a wonder you haven't had a nervous breakdown with what's been going on. But you're still in the water, you're still in this sea area, so I'm just concentrating on this area here at the moment, with the boat, the ship, in the sea, the rocks are on the edge, turbulent waters, everything's really rocky and everything's going chaotic. And this ship is still surviving. It's a survivor. It's still surviving. It's still getting through. You are still getting through. You're still getting through things. There has been, I feel, someone has been trying to, like in farms, I don't know, I don't know what farming is like, but where they do things like crop dusting and things like that. There is someone or some people that have been crop dusting, so to speak, with saying horrible things about people, person, creating problems, creating really big drama, and it's got to stop. And it will stop. It will stop eventually, but it has to stop. But there has to be someone in a high authoritative area that helps this stop. So there is someone out there who is in high authority area who is going to be able to help stop the situation that has been happening, that has been created, that has been very dramatic, and feels like you just can't get through a day without having a great day. And someone, an angel, is looking after you. There is an angel around you. I want you with your health really strongly to, the biggest thing we have in our life is our mind. The biggest thing we have, and that sounds weird, doesn't it? But the biggest thing we have in life is like the cave animal people, barbarians, Stone Age people, cave people. We have the animal instincts. We are animals, and we have survivor techniques in us. You can get through things. You've just got to believe that you can get through them, and know that in your heart you don't need those unkind, uncaring people who actually really don't know you to continue to knock you down off of your crown, off of the place that you know of who you are as a person. And those who do, you know, are they really your friends that you really want to be around? This is affecting you and your life, and this is affecting your health. And your health, really, it's very important for you to try and believe, regardless of what anyone has said to you, regardless of what diagnosis of what people say. I always put this into a area of that sometimes if we just live that we can believe we can get through, we can do this, we can get through, we can get through it, sometimes miracles can happen. Sometimes miracles can appear from the ether, like the sky, not a cloud there, and then all of a sudden there's a cloud and God breaks his hand through and says, hey, I'll help you, just come with me and I'll help you and I'll look after you. I want you to believe and believe that things are possible and that you can change things. And I feel you've been through just so much and it's been so hard. And the turbulent waters that we have at the moment have been so difficult, and you felt like no one was going to come and help you. And someone is coming in. There's someone coming. There is someone who is going to come. Someone who's going to come in. And they're going to protect you and look after you in that area of your life. And there's calmer waters to come. It's as if someone's going to take you from some little island and take you and love you and care for you and want to support you. And someone is going to try their best to be the best they can be, so together you can have a supportive life together. You're not going to be someone who is alone. You're going to be with somebody. There is someone coming. And if there is someone in your life and you're having a relationship, I feel there's change. There's a move on to another relationship or another step in the relationship. But there's big changes that need to happen. Big changes that need to be addressed, because the same situation happens again and again and again. And it doesn't matter how many times you accept that person back, they're still not helping themselves, helping you and helping each other in the relationship, and the same thing's happening again and again and again. And whoever that person goes to, people can always change. People can always change. I think the biggest thing in life is to try and, I always believe in, it's because of my upbringing, but I always believe, God is always watching, some spirit, someone is always watching. But it's in life, try to always be the best version of yourself, the best person of yourself, even if, and this is true, even if there are people out there who don't think you're honest and don't think you're a good person and think things which are not nice about you, and there are things, and there are, I shouldn't say that, but sometimes there are horrible people that think these things. I know that they do. I want you to remember, you know who you are. Don't doubt yourself or let their bashing of their words and bashing of their abuse in how they're conducting themselves towards you affect who you are. Get strength, become stronger in who you are as a person from those things. Don't let those people get you down. You deserve better. And you know who you are. And none of us have the right to go and abuse anybody. None of us have the right to abuse anybody. I know human nature, we do say things. People say things sometimes. I've said things. People say things. Not everyone is perfect. It's not a perfect world. But always try and be the best version of yourself and be a good person, and try and always do the right thing. And with your health, try not to stress, try not to let all the worries of the world come onto your shoulders. Try and have more hope in yourself. Believe, and you're halfway there. Believe you can, and you're even halfway there even more. So believe that things are possible and you can achieve more than you ever realized. Mellow's card. Beautiful purple. Never noticed how beautiful that was, and I've been attracted to the colour. Sorry, I'm cooking. Been attracted to the colour purple just lately. It's a very I think I said this before. I've said this a few times. Purple, the colour, was one of the most expensive colours and it was, I think, a seashell type of shell it was, and they used to put it in vats, and I think they put salt on it. And the colour purple is one of the most expensive colours that was only worn by popes and kings. So in saying that, because this is about the second or third time I've said this, I feel that you're someone who is someone in a position where people look to you, even though you may not think so. People look up to you, and you're someone, you're someone that people appreciate. And like, if they meet you face to face, as sometimes people would meet you and be like, oh my God, I've met you. You know, there's something special about you that not everybody has. And you've got something very special about you. You're very, very special. And look, remember, not everyone in this world has to have friends to be liked. I've got cat hair on my face, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Cat hair the other day. Not everyone has to have all the people in the world to love them, for popularity, to feel like, you know, that they're like everybody else. But it does, I understand, because I understand. I know, you know, trying to be part of the crowd. Not everybody's part of the crowd. I think I said this before, when I was a little girl, my mum, I couldn't make friends. I found it very hard to make friends. So my parents spoke to I had a really horrible grade 1 teacher, and she made me pay for a school trip 4 times, and 4 times she stole the money. And in the end, she told my mother, she said, oh no, she just never gave me any money. I was 5 years old. 5 years old, going on a school trip. What was I going to do with money? My grandparents brought us everything we ever wanted, my brother and I, and my parents gave us everything we needed and wanted. We were not children that had to worry about things. We were very lucky children. We had whatever I wanted, whatever toy I wanted. My grandfather would, he was a master mason in the Sonic Lodge, and a chaplain, and he was a carpenter, and he was I think he was a master carpenter. He was very, very, and he had his own sort of little business he looked after, and he was lovely. My grandmother, she was always a manageress of something, and they were lovely. And my parents said to me, what's happening? And I said, I just don't understand. She keeps saying that I haven't paid for it, and that you never gave me the money. And my father 4 times gave me money, which he shouldn't have. 4 times giving money which I gave to the teacher, 4 times. But my dad was he just thought, oh, something must be wrong, or maybe it's not the right amount or something, because he was a businessman, so he's always quite busy. And he was actually busy, but having an affair busy. But I loved my dad, and my dad loved me. I know that. But and in the end, my grandfather he had polio as a little boy, my grandfather, and he taught me to be strong. So did my mother, and they came down and spoke to the teacher, and I was waiting outside. And I've always learned to be very sneaky, to listen to things so people don't even know I'm there. And I worked undercover doing security in supermarket. I used to, and I was really good, and no one ever used to ever know what I was doing, or if I was even watching them. No one would know, because I was so good at being sneaky and sneaking up to people. But once you see them, you can't not let them out of your sight, nor can you let what they have be out of your sight, because once you can't see it, you don't 100% know if they have it or not, which means that you can viably be up for legal action if you were to do something or say something to them. So, but anyhow, we don't need to go into that. I'm sorry, you have an autistic tarot reader. But there is a point to my stories. And so my grandfather came down because my grandfather learnt to be strong from being bullied, having polio as a child, and one of his legs was thinner than the other, and he had a crutch. And went on to build beautiful houses and be a master carpenter, and in the chaplain of the lodge. And and my grandmother was strong as well. And my dad was very business orientated, great at business, great businessman, and was very good at what he did. And he'd get bonuses at Christmas time, and he'd give them away to the people who didn't have much money and was struggling, that worked with him, and he'd give his bonus, like however much it was, away that the work would give him for the year. He'd give it away and divide it up to people to help them because they didn't have much money and they were struggling in families and things. And so my grandfather came down because my dad didn't ever like to, sort of was never able to stand up for us. And my mum quit, and my grandfather came down and he said to the lady, he was amazing. My grandfather should have been a police officer. He was amazing. I learnt a lot from him. And he said, my granddaughter gave you money 4 times for a trip. And this is true. They even took all the children, went on the trip and left me and didn't even take me to the trip. And my father had paid for it 4 times. And my dad, I think, because he's having an affair and was paying for the trip, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know. We're all good children, so they never had worries like that with us. But my grandfather came down and he said to the lady, he said 4 times, and he interrogated her, and he was amazing. I was listening, and he interrogated her, and in the end, she started crying, and she said that she took the money 4 times, and he wasn't horrible. He was just very, 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 would have made it a brilliant detective. He was very good, very accurate and very good, and could read people very well. And it turned out, because I always learnt in life to speak up, maybe because I have autism and because I didn't understand things, I'd always ask more questions and want to know why. When most children would be the average child and go back into the class and they just, I don't know what their parents probably thought, that they maybe had taken their money or something, and who knows, they could have gone home and their parents could have abused them. You don't know what could have been going on. But I'm glad I ended up standing up. And the lady was taking money from the children and taking money from the school. And my grandfather found out, and my grandfather walked her to the principal's office. And she lost her job. But I've always learnt, if you don't say anything, no one knows. And there's always someone, like some child probably went home, and that child probably could have got abused or hit, or you don't know what people come from families, because they've said the money they paid for a trip, and no one, but the money had disappeared. You don't know what struggles people have. But from what my grandfather did, he learned that sorry, I'm just looking because my counter's doing weird stuff. He learned that, I learned from him that you've got to speak up. And my grandmother, you've got to speak up. If you don't speak up, no one knows. If you don't know, and if you don't go to people who have got authority or power to find your truth, to say, there's a truth there, then no one would know, and things go past you. And but she lost her job. She was taking money from not just me, other children she did. It was horrible, horrible. And when I was this same teacher, before she lost her job, I had appendicitis, and I ended up that night in hospital because I was studying. It was near peritonitis, very close. I could have got peritonitis if it had burst. It was very close for something like that. I can't remember exactly. I just remember hearing the doctors talking about it when I was little. But anyway, so there was a point to this story. So maybe that I was really affected me. That really affected me very badly, and was affected me very much, and it was very hard to get over that. Oh, not my family were a beautiful family, always lovely, always trusting, always believing, because they were good people. But to think that, it's not that I'm a doubting Thomas of people, but I don't care what positions of power people are in. If someone's doing something and I feel it's not right because something bad is happening to me, or someone's making me to look like I'm doing something bad, I will stand up for myself, and it will go to whatever height I have to go to with power to show the innocence of myself. Because you have to fight. If you don't fight, people won't know. If you don't fight for your truth, how will people know? There are people out there that don't know about lots of things, and horrible things happen in this world, but we must fight for our truth. We must fight for the truth within ourselves and what we have. And I have no idea whatever happened to that lady and where she ever went and what she went on to do, or she went to work, young lady, or I can't even remember how old she was. But to have done something like that, to take something from somebody, children, and then to lie and to say that the children didn't give it to her. We must all remember in life that if we need purpose of, I feel maybe this card in itself, if we need help and you're in a position in life, or if you work, or if you're at school, or wherever you are in life, and you need help to fight for your truth, to show what you're going through, and if someone's trying to make you to look like you're a liar, or you're not telling the truth, or what you're going through in your life is that you're doing something wrong, or what you're not doing is right, and making you out to look completely dishonest, fight for your truth. I want you to fight for your truth, believe in yourself, and fight for your truth. If you have to go to whatever power system you have to go to, whatever high authority you have to go to get the answers for help, do so, please. Because no mundane person who is not intellectually, it's like human beings you work with at work with at school, work with at a gym, work with even at the churches and things like that. Large majority of people are human beings. Not everybody is intelligent, sadly. And sometimes those people who are not intelligent people, who really are not, can think things that are wrong because they're not intelligent. I say this and I'm not intelligent. I know I'm not very intelligent, but however, not only think things that are wrong, but then they'll go around saying things about you that are not correct, not true. And that's not right, and you need to protect yourself. And when someone is trying to betraying who you are, misrepresenting, discriminate, harassing, you know, basically, even in a relationship, make you out to be a problem, as if you are the issue, you are the problem, you are the person who has nothing going for themselves. You are called gaslighting. You are really not someone that someone should want to have as a friend or have as a relationship or a boyfriend. I always say these things to people in life about people when they talk about relationships and things like that, and say, and I know I just was saying before about how someone else could be someone else's problem and those type of things. However, I'm so sorry, I feel very dyslexic in my head lately. I don't feel great. But I really feel that sometimes when someone is in love with somebody, that's very strange. When someone is in love with somebody, sometimes when you meet that right partner, they can be the right person for you. Sometimes just because someone is with you, you shouldn't be unfaithful and be dishonest and disloyal and not be truthful. It's always important to be truthful, honest, and a good person and do the right thing. But it's really important to remember sometimes you can meet somebody in life and it doesn't matter what people have gone through. Sometimes some people are just not right for each other. And when you are meant to meet that right person, you will meet that right person. They will come to you at that right time when they are meant to. And if they are right for you, they will be right for you. If they are someone who gets there, like what I was talking about, and how someone's sort of bringing someone down or saying things about you that are not true, and whether it's relationship, school, work, home life, or together in a marriage, you don't destroy somebody. You have no right to destroy somebody. No one has the right to go and destroy somebody. I can't. When it's somebody that you're not personally connected with, sometimes this is something I have because of I'm not great with communication. I will tell somebody and try and hope that they can help fix a situation. And sometimes when it's extremely bad situation and something that you've heard has been extremely bad, I'll go to where I have to go to fix a situation, because I know that what they've said is not true. However, if someone said something and it's not true, I want you to remember this. Sometimes people, I know from myself, sometimes the most beautifulest people, most loveliest, kindest, gentlest, lovely people that you just love can say something or something about you that's not nice and very unkind, and you can hear it. And sometimes that can happen because they've heard that from somebody else, and they've been sitting with people and they've started to believe maybe they are right, maybe that's true, maybe they are right, maybe that person is that person, and maybe I'm not seeing things clearly. Even the most kindest, gentlest person can sometimes be not horrible, but maybe can get there and think, oh my god, maybe they're not nice, maybe this is what they're like, then I shouldn't trust them, what have you. And sometimes things like that can happen to people. And you know, when those things start to happen, don't get angry at the person. You don't have to speak with them or be friends with them again. You don't have to. But don't be unkind to them, especially if you know they've been a lovely person to you in the past. Just know that sometimes everybody makes mistakes, and sometimes those people are the most gentlest souls, and for them to actually think something shows you of the intent of these other people, the intent that they have to try and destroy somebody else. But those people probably have been told things too, to a point that they have thought, well, I must believe this. Not everybody means to be unkind or cruel or not in a great place. I think that means I've got 43 minutes and 50 seconds and then it cuts off. So, which means I've got 3 cards left. I would try and be really quick. So, there is someone there's something special about you. Don't let yourself get down by what other people negatively say about you. You know you're a good person. You know you're doing the right thing. You know you're trying. Like what I was saying about what happened when I was a little girl at school. You know who you are. And the truth will come out. The truth comes out. I want you to have faith. The truth will come out about things. You're stronger than you can ever realize, but you've got to keep the faith. Keep faith in yourself. So I've got purple again. Purple's very significant. Someone's flying over the earth, the water, the ocean. It looks like we're going. I keep seeing 1973, the moon shot that and space and our future and our future planet. How important our planet is and how important we are in this world to this planet. I feel it's really important to say, by seeing what I'm getting, is you must start eating properly. You've got to start eating correctly. Eat breakfast, lunch and dinner. You need someone to organize your meals for you. I feel that your meals that you have are too quick, fast, and they're just whatever goes because you're not thinking, because you just want to eat. And that's not going to help you or your body, nor is it going to help your weight in yourself, and nor is it going to help your health. It not only that won't help your health, but it's also going to stress you out, which causes a lot of conflict in the mind, and it stops, by trying to look after yourself, it stops a lot of the sort of needless stuff that goes on in our mind that we don't need for it to go on. We do have the Tower card. I do feel that you are fighting for somebody, you are fighting for something, and we need to get your health in order. In a relationship, I want you to realize, if you need to get out of something in a relationship, get out. Don't stay. There is no point staying in a relationship. You're not going to win a lot of wonderful things in your relationship if it is not supporting you in the best way it can. We need you to be supported. We need you to be in a relationship where you're in love and happy and feeling safe. And Mellow's running after her tail, which is strange because I saw a fish tail again just at the exact time when she started meowing. The fish tail, darling. Like catfishing. So just be careful if you're wanting to date somebody, that someone's not catfishing you, that someone's not pretending that they're somebody that they're not. Just make sure that you have the right person, and that I feel that there's some beautiful person, beautiful soul out there for you. But if things are not going right and things are not making you feel wonderful every day, not every relationship is going to be perfect, and every relationship you have to work at, like a job, like a you want to go to space or fly or drive somewhere. You've got to get that engine, that car, that motor. You've got to get the rocket fuel ready to get yourself to get out of space, to get flying where you're going, or to hop in that car and go driving where you're going to go. You've got to get yourself organized. There's no use organizing everybody else and everything else that you have if you're not looking after yourself. Like in a plane, when they say, please get the air and give it to yourself before you give it to your child. No point. I don't have children. I love children. Would have loved to have a child. But if you're in a plane, I only got a few minutes left. If you try to give air air to your little child and you don't give it to yourself and you pass out and your child's too little to look after itself, how are you going to help it? How can you help looking after a mother, a father, a grandfather, somebody else, or someone you're caring for, if your health is not good and you're not looking after yourself? You need to start looking after yourself. You need to get yourself in order. Get your affairs in order, not in a negative way, I'm not saying that, but in a way of looking after yourself. Get your clothes ready for work. Get yourself ready. Get yourself a house somewhere you need to be safe. You need your own place, somewhere no one's going to kick you out of, or somewhere that you're not going to have someone knocking on the door and they're actually going to be someone who's drinking or abusive. Somewhere that is a safe environment for you. That's very important that you have that. I'm going to pick this card. I've only got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. My last card's a similar last card to what I had before. So I want you to realize that, like heads of states of the world, our planet is an extremely wonderful thing. Out of all of the planet, would you believe that only 3% of the water, fresh water, is only 3% of all the water that we have in the world? Similarly, your heart, your brain, your body needs water. You need to start drinking more water, looking after yourself. You need to start thinking positively about your health. Believe that you can get well and you are going halfway there. Put your affairs of what you want to do with your businesses or your studies or the friend groups that you want. You need more organization in your life. Organization is key, and organization is what's going to get you from point A to point B. It's going to help you be able to maneuver things better. You need a little bit of help. You also need someone to pack you a lunch, and I think you need someone to give you a breakfast. You need help a bit, like someone needs to care for you. You need a bit of care. I'm just going to take one last card. I'm so sorry, I've got a bad headache. I'm so sorry with my twaddle. Hangman. You need to look after yourself. Important, look after yourself. You have children, I want you to get a house, get somewhere that's safe. Make a plan. If you're going through domestic violence or any form of abuse, please read the book May Musk has wrote called A Woman Makes a Plan. It's brilliant and it's got a lot of good points in there, and she talks a lot about what she went through. And her life wasn't wonderfully wonderful. A lot of people don't know that. And she's not married, living the high life and this, that and the other. She's battled, and her children used to live on bean soup. And I know that's you probably don't want to hear things like that, but everybody from really high places to low places, we all have little struggles. But no, get yourself together, believe you can get through it, and you're halfway there. I want you today to realize you are a beautiful person. You are special. Don't let people put you down. If people are thinking bad things about you which are not right, go to whoever you have to go to actually get them to see that they are wrong, or that you've got someone to stand up for you, because we all need someone to stand up for us at some times. Eat correctly, get more sleep. You've got to get your sleep in order as well. My name is, I was about to say I love you. Well, I love you from my heart.